Welcome to Elks 101. Another episode of ElksCentral, breaking this one down.
Reagan, touchdown Edmonton! Fajardo, Dunbar, back on top go the Elks.
November 21st, Declan, Eddie, and Brett with you here today. No Chris Morris. We're going to have to wait a week for that one, I think.
We'll be locked and loaded next Friday.
Chris next Friday, president of the organization. Really looking forward to that conversation. Man, I got like 2 hours worth of things I want to talk to him about. Like, I'm really, really excited for that one. I would have loved to do it today. We'll still do something quick. We'll still run through.
You're gonna go in and just to tease. You don't got to go too deep, but just a little tease. What do you think
like here's the thing, because I think Chris, like, I want him to be, and I think he will be. I want him to be as open as possible. But I want to know, like, what the mind, like my number one kind of overarching point I want to make is what it's like coming in, taking over a dumpster fire. Like, that can't be easy. You know what I mean? And like it's one thing when, and president, that's a unique position as well. But like, it's one thing, like, for example, like if John Huffnagel retires and you take over as coach of the Stamps, you know what I mean? Like, you got a pretty good setup there. Like, things are, it's an easy transition, you know, someone like, to use a college football analogy, like if JMU has 5, 10 and 2 years in a row and that coach leaves for Penn State, like, or actually Indiana, it's a little easier to take over that, you know what I mean? But coming in and taking over like a dumpster fire and having a lot of pressure on you, and also like not just coming in as the new president, but coming in like no longer under community ownership. Like, it's a completely different vibe. You know what I mean? So I wanted to know how he kind of went about all that and what the mindset was like.
And coming in the president's role where he's a football mind, but the business is completely different than a football coach, which he was at the U of A. So I'm excited to hear about the business ops side of things. And then if you look at the past couple of three presidents, you could say didn't do a very good job here.
Oh, yeah.
They're a part of that big mess that you just alluded to. So it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say in terms of coming into that position that had been a toxic position here in the city.
And it's so true, man. Like, you bring, like, he's like a football guy. He's a football guy through and through. Like, football guy's football guy. But president is kind of something you generally think of as, you know, suit and tie. They got the law degree. Exactly. Like, they worked their way up in sports and ended up as president. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think of it as a traditional football guy. So yeah, like, just hearing how he kind of attacks it from that angle, I think will be really interesting. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that next week. And I think, you know, where the plan as well for anyone who's listening is to keep we want a rotating cast of players coming through here on those Fridays as well. Like, I really wanted to talk to Robbie Smith today. He just re-signed up. Yeah, re-up through 2027. Jordan was another guy. Man, like, I'm sure we're going to talk about these guys throughout the show. Jordan Williams, he was so impressive this year, and only like 7 games. And I forget what day he was signed. I think he was signed on Wednesday or Thursday, and they had a game that Saturday, and he was already getting game action. Now, granted, like, you're playing D tackle. The responsibilities are a little bit more limited. It's not like you're coming in a quarterback, but he came in and he played well. And yeah, he was in 10 games this year, or sorry, those are Robbie's stats. Yeah. 7 games this year, 13 tackles, playing D tackle, had that one defensive tutty. Like, he's a good player, man.
Yeah. 2.
He's got 2 in his career.
Okay.
Yeah. But
season none?
No.
I thought he had a couple.
I'm excited to talk to these guys. I'm excited to have these conversations because, man, there is, like, throughout the season, you're kind of on edge and you're on pins and needles. And I mean this with all respect, but like, when you're a losing team, I think as a player, you kind of feel that, you know, the media has vendetta out against you, and they're looking for their stories. They're looking for their clicks. Like, look at, you know, Spec. That's a guy who's a great example. I love Spec, but Spec's a guy who kind of goes at it from different angles to kind of attack and pinch. And I think players feel that.
I'm mad at that.
And yeah. Oh, I love
being a player. I kind of take that approach too.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm pretty critical on dudes.
For sure.
You would say that I'm pretty critical, I would say.
Definitely.
You know, and it has got me in hot water in the past. You know, fired from Ched.
Yeah.
Speaking the truth.
Yeah. No,
it's funny because I got fired from Ched, but it opened up so many doors.
Oh, yeah.
Getting fired was the best thing that happened to me in the media world. because that Grey Cup, I was on TSN covering it with Sportsnet with a rash. Like it just opened up doors.
I hope I can go from that. Like if I get fired from Sports 1440, go from that angle. Like it's the best thing that happened to me. Then I just end up like no job. Where I was like, I'm just blackballed from the industry.
Man, what's really cool is because Gregor, this is 1440 is his baby.
Yeah.
You know that. And he interviewed me when I got fired on his show. It went back on TSN.
Yeah.
And then he texted me after. He's like, man, we'll try and work a sponsorship, maybe get a football hit for you consistently, this and that. Just stay in touch. And then he just hits me up a couple of years later to be a part of the team, man. It's cool. He's loyal like that.
Oh, he is loyal to the soil.
Yeah.
That's why, a lot of
dude, man.
Oh, great dude. And also I shout out Connor Halley as well. Because Connor Halley is like one of the best people I know.
They are, man.
Yeah, just through and through, guys.
My little side story.
My point about it was like, but players kind of go at it, just to circle back.
Yeah.
The players kind of get like, they're a little guarded, right? And like, coach is a little guarded, and sometimes the questions are a little like when you're like 5-11, not that the Elks were 5-11 this year, but when you're 5-11, like, what kind of questions you're going to be getting, and you get guarded because of that. But I hope like bringing them on in the off season, knowing what we're kind of doing here at ElksNation, that we're very pro organization.
We're pro organization.
Yeah. Very fan friendly, that these guys are.
Players got to know the truth too. Guys aren't stupid. For sure. So it's okay to talk about the difficult things.
Yeah.
Right. And ask the hard questions, because, we are pro elk, but we want to see. We're not going to BS around things.
Yeah, we haven't pulled any punches.
No, because that'll ruin our credibility.
Yeah, like we sat up here and laughed for 15 minutes about Cody's inability to throw a deep ball. We were playing charades, bro. Him trying to throw that deep ball, like, you know what I mean? And I love Cody. Cody turned this season around, but like, I'm
turned it around.
I'm just being honest. Like, how many times we sat up here and ripped Trey? I love Trey too. I'm a pro Trey 4 guy.
Actually, I think I figured out why. Like, I got this little bit of a twist in my soul towards Cody.
Okay.
It was 2017 East Final. I was playing with the Riders in Toronto. He was the third string quarterback for Toronto. Mm-hmm. And we were up. We were going to win that game to go to first team ever via crossover to the Grey Cup. We were going to win. But Ricky Ray hit a wheel route, 3rd and 5, hit Wilder on the sideline, complete the first down. But it was Cody Fajardo who snuck in the game-winning touchdown on me.
No way.
Right down our throat.
That was on you.
Maybe going back to that, maybe that's where my disdain comes from.
I could see that. I could see that. So now,
subliminally. Yeah. Like, didn't even know it. I kind of had a little hate on for him over the years.
Really? Hey, you've always felt that
even
a little
in Saskatchewan when I was doing radio out there.
Yeah.
Like,
no way.
And I would get some backlash, but I get a lot of people who would agree with what I said. But yeah, I thought maybe that's why. But you're right, man. In terms of talking about the hard things and stuff, that's what we do. But we are very pro team here, and that's what our mission is, man.
Yeah, and you don't you never want to alienate any of these guys. Like, you want them to know this isn't, this isn't Luke Wilson on TSN. We're just gonna take jabs and shit on you. And
say that you're not a pro.
Go get overdrive for the first time ever talking about football, and the only time it's like the most negative shit you've ever heard in your life. Like, we're not gonna do that around here. Like, we like these guys. I love talking to these guys, man. Like, I was thinking about it, and not to turn like this episode of the podcast into just to like look how sick and awesome things are for us, because that's what we've done for like 5 minutes. But like, I was thinking, man, like, I love being on the Elks B. Like, I love being down there at practice. Like, I love talking to these guys. Like, I hope it comes across with the players. Like, I hope they know that what we do here, like, it's not contrived. Like, it's a real passion for the league, and it's really.
And you're right, man. You do really love it. Like, it's obvious people know that. And both of us, we come from a standpoint of pure love, man. I was an alum of this organization.
Oh, yeah.
I sit on the alumni board.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, we can be negative, Deck, but at the end of the day, at the core of it, we want to see what's best for this organization, especially considering where we have known it can be and where we've seen it be at.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's all love, man, at the end of the day. But love hurts sometimes.
And not just the organization, but the league as a whole, man. Like, I want the league to be flourishing. I want, fan
Speaking
involvement.
Of love,
like,
buddy, you're riding high right now. Fifth Grey Cup, man. That's love,
dude. Because I think we might have mentioned this last show. Like, 99% of sports is just being a sports fan is just being a loser. Like, your team just always loses.
I've never witnessed a team win.
Really?
Like the ones I've been on.
Yeah.
I've never witnessed.
I was gonna say that's pretty crazy considering you won a Grey Cup.
But like, I'm a fan of the Vikings and
that's a tough one. Yeah.
You could say the Raptors, I guess, but not like
really
that's not a team that I grew up rooting for.
Dude,
never experienced it.
I've had it like. I mean, listen, the Riders are my favorite team. So I've had it good with the Riders, like 3 in my lifetime. I know it's a 9-team league, but like, and I'm obviously a young guy. I'm south of 30. Like I'm cool with that. But I have had
between 26, 29.
Dude, I slipped up. I slipped up and I gave away my age on the lowdown the other day.
You got too
I got way too comfortable. You know what it was, man? It's 5 different voices all shouting at once. Like you can't even control your own thoughts, bro. You just got to get a word.
We had a good chat about that this morning. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We had a good chat about that this morning on the show.
Oh, really? Hey?
Off air, of course.
Oh, I was going to say, it has to be off air. I was going to say, I'm going to go back and listen. But it was yeah. What was that? What were we talking about before? Oh, yeah. But like, I've had some heartbreak. Like Jimmy Butler is my favorite basketball player. Like the one thing I need in sports is a Jimmy Butler ring. Like that is the last missing piece of the puzzle. Dude, I'm that guy. It's like, you guys ever see that meme? And it's like my girl went through my phone and all she found was me telling Jimmy Butler, good luck tonight, big bro. Like that's me. That's me, bro. Yeah.
Sliding.
I'm like texting. I'm like, you're my goat, Jimmy. Please.
Hey,
like,
have you ever DM'd like a A-lister or anything?
Like a celebrity?
Yeah. I have twice.
One time, okay, actually, you know what's funny? I replied to Sydney Sweeney's story once, and I was like, "Happy birthday!" I did that, but I was like, it was like a joke. I was like with my friends, I was like going through the stories, and it like came up,
yeah.
And someone was like, "Oh," or like whatever, and I was like, "Hey, it's her birthday," and they were like, "Wish her a happy birthday," and I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
But then the other time I did it, bro, this is crazy. This was like probably September, maybe October 2023. So like a month into sports 1440. And I was like with my friends and I was drunk and I was like, and Brett, you're probably gonna have to correct me on the pronunciation here, but I was like, I'm going to DM Jordan Heidema, get her on Low Tide show, like the Canadian women's soccer. So I DM'd her. I was like, hey, like if you're ever free, like let me know if you want to come on Low Tide show
at night.
Yeah, bro. It was, but in my mind, like I was just like, I don't know even what I was thinking. I was just like, this is going to be a great get for the show. Like in my mind, I was really thinking like, this is going to work. Like she's going to see this message and be like, I would love to come on.
Yeah.
No reply. Yeah, didn't get a reply. Didn't get a reply from either of them. Actually. And then the only other A-lister, like I've 100% like DM Jimmy and been like, love you, goat.
Yeah.
And like DM'd LeBron and been like, look, goat. Yeah. Stuff like that. So yeah. What's your story? You probably have a little more pull in there.
Yeah, but I didn't hear back either, man.
Man.
First one would have been Ernie Johnson, from TNT, because he's got a son who has some severe disabilities.
Yes.
So I can relate because my son's autistic. And he put up a message and his boy is older. And I think his boy had passed as well. If I can remember, this is a couple of years back. And I just sent something talking about how I can relate to his life. And what he put up gave me a lot of strength. It was like more of a heartfelt thing. Yeah. Then the other one was Randy Moss, my most prized possession. Randy's my hero. Yeah. Like he was my hero growing up. And my most prized possession is a Mitchell and Ness stitched Randy Moss Marshall jersey.
Oh,
like it's clean, bro.
That is cool.
Clean. And I used to collect a lot of jerseys, and that's like the creme de la creme.
Oh yeah.
And I DM'd him asking if I could ship it to him if he'd sign it.
No way.
Yeah, but didn't hear back. Oh, man, I would follow back up on that though. Yeah. I'd follow back up on that.
Yeah, you should, man.
Yeah.
It's framed on the wall or like
no, it's in my closet hanging. Oh. It'll get framed in my office and all that's complete.
It is like some of those old NFL jerseys they're so hard. Like when you think about some of the schools these guys went to,
exactly.
Like an Antonio Brown Central Michigan jersey, man, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like Randy Moss, Marshall, like that.
Cool Mitchell and Ness. If you know, it's clean, it's official, it's proper.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
We'll circle back. It's all good, man.
It was something about
to take you on.
Oh, it was
side
about
quest.
No, I like it. It was about DMing. Like how people lose a parlay and they like DM players. That's another thing we could talk about. Like how deep that route. Like that's crazy, man. Like I bet at some point it turns to like violence in some way. Like someone's gonna like lose.
When money's on the line, people are crazy.
Sure. But dude, because I was thinking like I have this futures parlay. Jeremiah Smith to win the Heisman. Wemby to win NBA MVP and Jaden to win NFL MVP. It was like 100 to win like 37 racks or whatever. Yeah, it's not going to hit. But I had this like vision of me, and this is just like, I don't know what this is. This is me like white knighting myself. But this vision of Jeremiah and Wemby both winning Heisman and MVP, and Jaden, like that one's obviously not going to hit. And just DMing him, be like, hey bro, It's all good, man. Appreciate you balling out. And him like hitting me back and be like, thanks, kid. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like totally something like a 14-year-old would think if you DM'd an athlete. But dude, honestly, because I was like, to get like a little bit more serious with it, like these guys are getting like probably hundreds, if not like thousands of DMs on a Monday morning talking about how they busted up their parlays. Like they ain't ever getting messages for saying, hey, thanks for letting this hit for me. You know what I mean? So I just,
and look how real it is just along that line here, man, with the gambling and just the mafia and all that nowadays. Like it's real. Say you fuck around and mess someone's parlay up, like all of a sudden they're DMing you pictures of your kid's school.
Yeah.
Like crazy stuff. For real.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get in having to deal with the mafia and stuff. That's how they get you, man.
Dude, there was like, I think it was like an anonymous players article in the Athletic or something like that, or it had like cited anonymous players, and they had basically said like, man, it was like a veteran. It was like a guy who's been in the league at like a long time. And he said, I think it was an NFL, maybe it was an NBA player actually. And because it was someone who'd been in the league a long time, like enough that before sports betting really took off to where it is now. And he had said like, man, like, 10, 11 years ago, like nothing. And now it's like my family are getting threats. Like I'm getting threatened. Like people are like telling me like they're going to come, like it's a real thing. And I just wonder, like, I feel like at some point, obviously not even remotely advocating for this, like couldn't imagine a worse outcome, but at some point I feel like it is going to spill over to like, you know what I mean?
Social media too.
Yeah. And I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen in that case. Like I wonder if when like a player is actually attacked or something.
Bro, these criminals are sophisticated too, because they look how many houses get targeted when dudes are playing games. Shadur Sanders was playing a game and his house got burglarized.
Yep.
They know your schedule. They know when you're playing, and it happens in every league across the world, because it's happening in Europe as well with soccer players. Like guys they'll know when you're at a game and they'll burglarize you.
And you like, I don't even know what the answer is, because you can't, like, I guess the answer would be 24-hour, security, but like you can't just ask all these players to like ship out of their own pocket, like 24-hour security for their house. Yeah. You probably can't ask. Yeah, like that. I mean, like they can't even feel safe in their own homes. Like you probably can't ask like the team to do it. You know what I mean? Like you can't ask the swimsuit model who's chilling at Joe Burrow's house to stay strapped. Yeah, dude.
He didn't want nobody to know that. I was thinking about that.
He was like
that's what he was most mad about.
Dude, he really was
about losing the possessions.
The first thing he came out and said, dude, I'm pretty sure he lost like $1 million in jewelry.
He wasn't upset about that.
Didn't say a word about that. All he said is like, yeah, my privacy's been violated pretty bad. Which, like, to his credit, it was. But yeah, I don't know, man. And it's crazy because, like, here's the other thing. Like these athletes, their addresses can't just be public information. Like I understand like an intricate, criminal syndicate can get this information, but I wonder, like, do we got to like keep a little better eye on our entourages? Like, are we giving away some info? It's too here?
Easy though, man. Like, who was it? It was wasn't it a college coach this past year where a kid from her daughter's school like released where they live?
That's right. That was well, dude, I think it also happened with Dan Campbell for the Lions.
That's who it was. It was Dan Campbell.
Okay. But I think it's
a kid from his daughter's school. Cause of course, where you gotta live life. You know where the Campbells live. And then you get a little prick release the information.
Well, dude, how about the Falcons DC? His kid got Shador's number. I think, Brett, you know the story?
Oh,
he got like Shador's number and like prank called Shador like
before the draft.
But I think there actually was another story where it was a college coach, and it was like very similar to that. Like someone from school got it from like the daughter or something like that. Like, really easy, really tough.
This has actually happened before. In soccer, actually, shockingly enough, the Colombian national team in 1994, they were like this dark horse in the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Was supposed to maybe at least advance to the round of 16. And an own goal happened from Andres Escobar. He went to slide and hit his leg, went in. And a couple weeks later, after the World Cup, some mafia members ended up finding him outside of a club and killed him because they had a bunch of money on Colombia in that game. It's wild.
That's slick. Good
dude. Man. And I think there was another one, and Brett, you would, again, I'm sure you would know this better than me, but I think there was like maybe like a Cameroonian or like a Ghanaian player who missed a penalty shot and they ended up like hanging him outside his house or something.
I can find something on
something
that,
like that. But I don't even know if that one was gambling related. Like that one might. But dude, it's like, here's the thing. Like I don't think at this point you can take sports betting out of sports. Like it's too ingrained. Like the leagues are too deep in with the books.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Much
but
money.
way too much money, dude. Like, and here's the other thing, because all this is greed. Like the NFL makes $1 billion a week. I don't know if you guys knew that stat, $1 billion a week. So they're doing okay. Like you don't need that extra, however much you're getting from the betting companies. You know what I mean? Like, so bro, I don't like, at what point is it too much? Like there has to be.
What point is enough? Like, yeah. I mean, you look at just basketball, for example, the contracts that they're dishing out to C-listers, 4x80, 4x80, making 20 a year, like crazy contracts, Deck.
Dude, there's this guy who puts, there's this guy on TikTok. He puts NBA contracts in perspective, and it's like, if you made, there's this one, I'm going to try and remember it off the top of my head because I don't have it in front of me, but it's like if you made $250,000 a year since 1776, you still wouldn't touch Luol Deng's career earnings. Wow. And like, I'm not talking about LeBron James. I'm not talking about Steph Curry. Luol Deng. Yep. Luol Deng was kind of cold in his day, actually.
I like
dude, $250K a year since 1776, and you're not touching his career earnings. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, like they're throwing this money around, but at some point, like the buck has to stop. Like it's
where. And how sloppy does it get? Especially like with all the stories too that continue to come out, going back to mafia, cartel stuff, all the involvement with crime syndicates. Mm-hmm. How deep is it? Like we're only seeing the first layer. Yeah. How deep does it truly go?
Let me ask.
Or will it go?
Let me ask you guys this, because to tail off that point, like how deep is it? How deep will it go? Who do you guys think, or could you like foresee as being like the highest involved official or like member of a
I wouldn't be
league?
Surprised by anything, to be honest, at this point. Just with Hollywood even and all that garbage, I just wouldn't be surprised, man. I really wouldn't.
So, but like, okay, so like if it comes out,
even if LeBron,
okay, but what if it's like Adam Silver or Roger Goodell?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Really,
man. You could see, if you think about it, well, maybe that's why this makes sense. Some of these corrupt moves and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff you might not have agreed with over the years.
But Adam Silver is Vince McMahon. Let's be clear. NBA is rigged. NBA is rigged. Let's be clear. And I love the NBA, but I'm not even playing, man. I ran the numbers. There was, let me see if I can find it again on my profile.
Yeah. Go take a look. And let me just say this. The greatest issue for me as a true passionate sports fan is the integrity of the sport. And like, at what point with all the betting and all this extracurricular involvement is the integrity of the game gone? Like, what are we watching here? Are we watching a bunch of guys doing crooked stuff, or are we watching guys actually competing for the love and passion of the sport? Yep. Because once that wanes and I start to question the integrity, I'm out, man. I'm out.
I think like it's funny that you mentioned Adam Silver and Roger Goodell. Those are the first two leagues.
Adam McMahon.
McMahon. It's 100%. Those were the first two leagues that came to my mind. Just like they're the two leagues that have the most money coming into it. I'm sure there's just
tell me there's no laundering going on with all that money.
I am sure there's a lot of that money that is dirty, and like it has to be. Statistically speaking, it has to be. But I'm just because I'm a wrestling fan, so I love wrestling, and but the thing about it is that you know that it's fake. You know that there are the outcomes that are coming in, and you just kind of accept it. And I think that's where people have the issue, where I think if people were to genuinely understand that, hey, if this league is rigged, or if this has this has that, you can sit back and go, okay, it's kind of like wrestling. But it's not obviously sports, because that's not what sports are. It's supposed to be, at the absolute beauty and base of sports, a competition between two parties, whatever it is, and whoever wins, wins. And if that's not what sports is, and we're getting screwed and jerked around just because there's a little money involved, and we're going to be the ones who go, yeah, I'll put $5 on so-and-so getting 15 yards tonight. Absolutely. They'll just do whatever they want. So I'm with you, Eddie, where it's just like, I'm not surprised if somebody came out and they're like, yeah, no, we are fake. It just is what it is.
It sucks to hear.
This is my thing. Just going back, I found the numbers I was looking at because I went back and ran them myself after the Mavs won the draft lottery this year after winning Luka. So I took just 4 scenarios. So the odds for the Chicago Bulls to win the draft lottery in 2008, when Derrick Rose was the first overall pick, hometown kid, Chicago kid, 1.7%. The odds for the Pelicans to win the draft lottery in 2012 after trading Chris Paul to LA to the Clippers, 13.7.
Wait, the trade that actually got vetoed for him to go to LA.
That was earlier in the career. Yeah. That was
talk about corruption.
Well, dude, you know what's weird? The most corrupt part about that is like David Stern vetoed it as owner of Charlotte, and it's like, or of the Hornets, and it's like, bro, how do you have ownership stakes and you're the commissioner? Like, that's where it's really like, what are we doing? Odds for the Pelicans to win in 2020 after trading AD to the Lakers, 6%. Odds for the Mavs to win in 2025 after trading Luka to the Lakers, 1.8%. But the odds for all 4 of those things to happen, 0.0000002%.
Wow.
And I ran the math myself. Now that's actually probably hurts the argument.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dak, you could have.
No, dude, I checked it like 3 times, bro. I triple checked it.
That really brought it down a couple pegs. It was so strong when you hit those percentages, and then you dropped. I did it myself.
The number. Listen, I took calc in high school. Okay, it was me and a bunch of engineers. The math is good. Check
that's
that.
real though, Dak. That's real. That's wild, man. That's so wild to think about.
So, like, yeah, I didn't expect to get on here today and just start riffing about how the NBA is rigged, but you know, sometimes you find yourself down those rabbit holes.
Get Chris Morris on this morning.
Yeah, no Chris. So we got to improvise. You know, speaking of improvising, man, I was in the Tim Hortons drive-thru this morning, and dude, I was just in line to get my coffee, and like something came over me. Like, it was like Israel pulling the strings, and then I was
you came up in the
10-pack of Timbits. Ooh. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why did I, dude, it was literally like a ghost got in my ear and was like, get the Timbits.
How good were they?
Well, here's the funny part about it. Cause I get them. I'm like, I'm not going to eat these. Like, I'll just take them into work or something like that. And also it's like 10 Timbits, like, thanks buddy. 10 Timbits for the whole office. Like, way to splurge, kid. Yeah. But I was like, I was like, I guess I'll have one. And I had it. And I had one. That was pretty good. And I ate all 10, bro.
You, bro.
It was like 8:30, and I was like, I can't.
For you. I brought the boys in this morning breakfast sandwiches from Mickey D's. And you know what, man? I'm oatmeal. Every
Duke
day.
wasn't breathing.
Yeah, they were hurting.
Yeah,
not bad, but you know, they had a long night coming. Yeah. They were in Castor.
Oh, yeah.
So playing with the critters.
Yep.
So I knew the boys would be a little bit slow. So I brought them some brekkie sandwiches.
Love that.
And yeah, I have oatmeal every day, you know, right? Yep. And
steel cut?
I just packets. Yeah. Just a packet, man. 150 cal, easy little packet. Peanut butter, banana, I'm good to go. But I got a brekkie sandwich, and I thought, man, I'm ordering an extra for myself. So I crushed 2 of those sausage bad boys at the station this morning.
It was good, hey?
Oh, slid down so good, bro. So good.
But yeah.
So good.
No, I hear you, man. Like, there sometimes it just goes like, dude, I remember,
man, you got to live.
Dude, I remember like when I like in the summer of 2019 when I was really trying to get my weight down for boxing, I got down to like 147, which is crazy. And it was like, okay, dude, it was like
lean.
Yeah, oh dude, I was skin and bones, like super lean. But it was also like, okay, well, you clearly can't fight it this way. Like, you have beyond no energy. Because I had normally fought at 165. And even like for amateur, I walked around like heavy. Because in amateur boxing, you don't really cut weight. Like, you do naturally just because it's part of the sport.
Right.
But like weigh-ins are the same day of the fight. So you don't have like time to rehydrate. So it's really de-incentivized. You don't really cut weight. But even still, I would walk around at like 180, diet down to like 172 and like cut to 165. but I was just like, like talking to my coach and stuff. It's like, let's like aim for, like getting down to like 147. And it just did not work at all. But my point being is like, obviously to get there, like so much cardio, so much dieting. Like I'm eating like 100 grams of berries and Greek yogurt, and I'm eating like 150 grams of salmon and asparagus. And like, that's it for like months on end. But
nothing on it,
dude. Like the meal,
salt and pepper, because that salt will retain water.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Nothing. You're just as plain as can be.
Just like a competitor.
Yeah. But my thing being like the meal, like when you finally give it all up, is just like insane. And that's why you see like these guys who do like the weight competitions and stuff, like their meals after, and like it's crazy.
My best years of my career, I was on really strict nutritional plans, and I'd have one cheat day a week. And my most epic cheat day ever, I don't think I've talked about it.
No.
But I got Papa John's pizza on my way, and I crushed a whole large pizza on my way to pick up Chinese food. Straight up. And then I picked up a huge just bucket of Chinese and crushed it all at night. Like ate the pizza on the way to get Chinese food. That bro. It was a nice,
dude. I remember. So after I got down to 147, because also for like reference, I'm probably like 185 now, and 185 is like a pretty like normal weight-ish now. I probably should be like 180, but 147, it's like crazy. Like I had my parents being like, "You should probably stop doing this." But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so, dude, I got 2 burgers from Five Guys, Mary Brown's,
those are sick boys too.
Big, 2 2 of those. The fried chicken from Mary Brown's. I got like a small pizza from Domino's or something. Tub of Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Box of 2-bite brownies. Like it was a death row meal. It was like last meal. And also
so good though.
Like I went to like this confectionery store that has like all types of like American like candies and like whatever. Got like a bunch of stuff from there. I'm trying to think what else I had. I think that was probably it. Maybe there was like a few other like just chips and stuff like mixed in. Thanks. And dude, I had like one bite of everything and I was like, I'm stuffed. Like I cannot eat this. Like I couldn't, dude. I probably spent like $200 on this on this cheap meal. And I had like one bite of everything. I'm like, I can't finish this.
That is true. It's so full so quickly.
Oh, dude. Because you know what? Another one I got, it was like this specialty like cookies and cream cereal or something. Because I'm a big cereal guy. So it was that. But I couldn't eat it all. And I just sat there like feeling like bulimic after like 5 bites. And just like, how did I do
this out of me?
Yeah. But just... yeah, it's dope in principle, but you can't even like people. That's the other thing. I don't think people like you can't get all that down. Like, what was I thinking? You know what I mean?
That's what's his name, buddy, who eats the dogs?
Joey Chestnut. Yeah.
Legend Joey.
Dude, that was another thing I did when I was like cutting weight crazy. I would watch like food YouTubers just like eat everything.
Oh man, that's crazy. Watching some of these guys
just sit there,
put down,
bro. I felt like I was in like Requiem for a Dream, like when Marlon Wayans is like laying there thinking about heroin. That was me thinking about food, bro.
So fellas, I gotta ask, coming back to a little bit of CFL news here. Where do you guys come out on swearing and dropping F-bombs and stuff, for example, in the Riders in their Grey Cup celebrations? There's some news articles out there, a little bit of chatter online because of the language taken. What's your guys' stance on that?
I mean, listen, I really like, most of me doesn't have a problem with it. Like this is like, obviously on the field, can't have any problem with it. And then it adds something like this, you're celebrating kind of the high point of your career. Like you're so fired up. You're just like in such a state of emotion that's like pretty incomparable. Like not even winning it, like celebrating it. Like that's something you may never experience that again. So I think you really have to factor that in. And I like, most of me wants to say like whatever goes. Cause this is such a one-of-one situation that most people will never feel and most people can't relate to. And whatever happens in a moment like that is what's going to happen. But then the other, like the small part of me is like, yeah, I mean, like, if there are cameras and kids around, you gotta be a little family friendly.
The one thing is the kids.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I was there with my kid and I'm looking at like my favorite player, like if I'm looking at like Tavon Campbell or something, and he's just like constantly screaming like, we effing got this, we effing did it. And I'm sitting here like with my son, who that's his favorite player. I'm like, I I want my son
it's
hearing
tough.
that. You know what I mean? So
That's where I'm at too. You got the mic.
Where do you come out on
Who
that, Brett?
Okay, so you guys were talking earlier about your teams winning championships. I'm a Dodgers fan. So I watched a couple to the point where like there is an ego and arrogance that comes from winning championships. My view on this is, listen, you just won the title. You guys you fought your whole life for a championship like that. Have some gusto, do your thing. Like this is you on top of the world right now. I mean, I'm Eddie, you know, you're the only one in this room who knows firsthand how big of you feel when you win a championship. Honestly, just I'm okay with it because you just went and put your life on the line for whatever 60 minutes and going out there and playing the biggest game of your life. That's also the adrenaline come down, I think, as well, where it's just sitting there going, okay, game's over. There's this, that. We just finished everything. Let's celebrate a little bit. And you kind of lose your no, I don't want to say sense, but you're just the adrenaline's pumping and you're going, I think I'm fine with it. I think the kids don't know better, I think. And I think that's kind of I'm not a parent, so I don't really know how you can, but it's just, you kind of have to accept it and understand that's what's happening.
Adrenaline pumping, booze flowing. That adds to it too. I'm okay with it. I'm very much like you, Deck. I'm okay with it for the most part. It's the MFs, the mother effers.
Yeah.
I could go without the mother effers because those are pretty
It's a little harsh.
intentional.
It's a little harsh.
You know, other than that, I'm okay with the emotion and, you know, some cusses here and there. It's not totally my jam. Like, I'm not going to get up on a stage and be cussing out like that.
I swear for less. I feel entitled to swear for less.
Well, let me ask you this one, man. What about like the N-word? Because like a lot of them, like they're bros, you know what I mean? Like it's just it rolls off the tongue. But if I'm, you know, white guy there with my white kid, like, and I hear my favorite player like rattling that off, all of a sudden I'm gonna think that's okay. Sure. But because the other side of that coin is like that feels like so much more. I think would you like say hearing that is better than hearing like MFer to a kid?
No, I think hearing MFer would be better. Yeah, just because the N word is like, that's so racial.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I'm trying to phrase this like obviously that like
I know exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
Like it'd be like us saying bro to each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, it's a different lingo. That's how they communicate. Some of the brothers that I've played with. Right. You know, and being Canadian, the black guys aren't walking around saying that. What's up, my N? You know, but down in the States, it's like bro. Yeah. That's how they talk. That's just the reality of it, right? It's two different cultures. So I think if you're a Canadian kid hearing that'd be a little more breathtaking than hearing the mother effers.
Well, what you guys were talking about with the children too, with the kids, that's when I get concerned about, okay, now these kids are impressionable. Now my kid hears that and you're like, oh shit, I don't want my kid. Well, there you go. I just swore. Entitled to swear for that. But no, it's just now, like you guys were saying with the kids, like I don't want my kid to feel impression to say that type of stuff. No. I'm behind that.
Because I wonder at what age too, like kids like really like, because I do think, to Brett, your point, there's like an age where it's not going to resonate with a kid. Now, granted, that is pretty young, but I wonder what age, like I wonder how it goes from like it not resonating to a kid understanding what it means and being like, wow, Tavon Campbell's my favorite player and he just said a bad word, I don't like him, to then going like, oh man, Tavon Campbell's cool. Look at him up there cussing and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I wonder what the transition is like.
Yeah, that would probably, man, just put ourselves there. It's that 12, 13, 14. That's right in there where you think swearing is cool.
I remember being a kid and like cussing, just thinking I was like so sick. You know what I mean? Like it just made you feel
I think so much.
Oh, so much, bro. Yeah.
Like just in the stuff we would say growing up, like, you know, it's different times.
Yeah, you can.
Know, like it's way different times.
Yeah. Well, woke culture got us, guys. We can't say it now. Got too woke.
Well, imagine like just walking around calling, you know, like the other word for gay. Like,
I know.
You know,
like, I know, man.
Walking around calling people that. What's up? Yeah.
It's crazy because honestly, like I would never say that now. Like I would never say that now. But dude, when I was like, again, I hope I'm not outing myself here, but dude, when I was like 12, 13, that's kind of like just how you talk to your friends.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like,
It was in the zeitgeist, right? Like at the time, like those were words in the zeitgeist where you're just like, you didn't really think about it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really, I think it was also at the time. And I think this also comes with the impressionable nature of kids where sometimes you just don't know what that word means. You heard it and you know, other people are using it. And now I'm going to start using it too. Like I remember the first time I swore, we were playing hockey, like street hockey on in our front, whatever, with the neighborhood kids. And I said, oh shit. You know, and I missed, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry, you can swear here. We're all like kids, we can swear." Yeah. And then I missed, and I said the F word. I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then they're like, "Whoa, we can't say that. We're telling your dad." And then there comes my dad pulling around the corner, and they're like, "Oh, Mr. Holden, hi." But yeah, no, it's. I think it's. I agree with the impressionable nature of like, okay, I've seen this player or this person that I like do it. What's wrong with me putting it in my vernacular too?
It's dude. I remember.
I am too. Sorry, Deck. Talking about how I don't swear. I dropped the F-bomb in this podcast earlier.
Did you?
Now I'm feeling so guilty.
I've been
because I don't swear. Like I really don't.
I've been trying to cut. Like I don't really cuss anymore either. I've been trying to really not cuss.
When it comes to swearing, because I'm in sales and I'm talking to people all day, and I don't swear at all with customers. When they're talking, people will swear to me, but I just feel like you can't find a better word. Yeah, like you're just going to resort to these cuss words. It kind of just dumbs you down when you swear a bunch.
Dude, the older I get, the more I realize, and I'm not acting like I'm some deep intellectual here, but the older I get, the more I realize how like off-putting it is.
Yeah, it is.
Man, you couldn't like figure out a better way to phrase that at all.
Totally. And that's really what it is. That's how I feel about it too. So edit out that F-bomb I dropped, please. Yeah.
Bleep that.
When was it? I'll write it down.
Maybe bleep out the part 2 when I used to, when I was 13, calling my friends this.
I dropped 5 F-bombs in a rant last night on air. So and we were live.
Crazy, man. Yeah. Last night, boy.
Man.
Crazy.
On the post-game show? Yeah.
I just desperate for them to win a 1-0 game. How cool would that be?
It would have been
win a 1-0 tough defensive hockey game.
Listen, if they win a 1-0 game with Calvin Pickard and net, I'm giving him $10 million a year. I'm signing him up for 5 years and I'm giving him 10 schmilly.
I had a bit ready. I already had a post-it note that said my words that I was going to eat, saying that I was eating my words.
Like
Calvin Pickard made me eat my words.
I like that.
So much for that.
It's so over for Cal. And he actually, obviously it was only a 2-1 game last, but it's so over.
And Stu too. Like,
oh well, yeah.
Jeez, it's tough.
It's tough. But the metrics, this was going into the Tampa game, but they were last in goals against, last in 5v5 goals against, last in team save percentage. So pretty bad.
Yeah, it's
pretty bad. Where do you come out, Brad, as the Oilers Nation guy on Stu?
On Stu, I have given him quite a long leash. I have been a staunch Stu supporter for a while. I'm not a big fan of his post-to-post play. I really think
lateral movement is so bad, man.
Really bad, like really bad. Slow. It looks like he watches it first and then reacts. It's just like, well, if you're seeing it just go, So I think that there's still more to work on. I'm just running out of patience, and I'm a patient guy. I am a guy that will always sit there and go, just wait, let a player figure it out. They're human beings, all this stuff, but something needs to happen in the crease. And I don't think Stuart Skinner is going to be the guy that wins you a Stanley Cup being the starter. He can be your 1B guy, but I don't know about your 1A.
Yeah, I can mess with that. The real answer is playing in Fort Wayne. Samuel Johnson. Get his ass up here, man. Get his ass up here.
He had 3 shutouts in a row, 2 shutouts in a row.
Yeah.
And like he won the goaltender of the year in Sweden last year, and he's like 20 years old. And we've drafted a couple of interesting goalies too. Salonen, I believe, was one guy this year, and Emil Vinny a couple years ago as well. So yeah, we might have something in the crease coming up.
I wonder, do you guys think the jump from the ECHL to the A is bigger than the A to the NHL?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I think I would agree.
Say that again. The jump from which league?
From the ECHL to the AHL is bigger than the AHL to the NHL.
I don't know hockey like in depth, but I would say absolutely.
Yeah. I thought about it a lot. I think probably
speed is probably because it's like ECHL is pro.
Yep.
But it's like it's not. AHL is more pro, I would say, to the NHL ceiling than where the ECHL is.
Yeah.
Is that accurate, fellas?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My buddy just played in Tulsa last year for the Tulsa Oilers ECHL. And it was just the game, watching his games compared to watching an AHL game. Like you said, it's the speed. It's just totally different. And he's a guy, he tore his ACL last year and came back. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know. There's a lot of leagues where you can tear your ACL and come back. And he was one of their best players down the stretch. He scored like 6 goals in 4 games. Like I think there is a big jump there.
Yeah. I kind of want to save we got 4 extensions for the Elks that came down pretty recently. Robbie Smith, Jordan Williams, Cordell Jackson, and Noah Curtis, who I infamously mixed up with Noah Taylor on an episode last week. I felt pretty bad about that. I kind of wanted to save all that for Monday. I really want to get into that and dive into that on Monday, and just kind of I want to go back and look through these guys, stats and careers, and really kind of break it all down. But I guess we should probably touch on it a little bit here, just surface level. Ed is such a competent GM, I think, from my eyes, that he's not going to make a lot of moves where I'm going to be like, ooh, I'm not sure about that. I like all these. Cordell is such a no-brainer. He was your defensive player of the year nominee. Now he's locked up through 2027. Noah Curtis, he obviously didn't play last year, but when he did play in 2024, 21 tackles, 6 sacks, playing his D tackle. Yeah. Jordan Williams, we talked about him. Man, I was so impressed the way he was able to come in and pretty much just immediately be an impact player. It wasn't quite like Carter O'Donnell with Jordan Williams. Carter O'Donnell came in immediately and was the best guy on that offensive line.
Agreed.
Jordan Williams wasn't the best guy on that defensive line immediately.
He filled a good
but he absolutely he did. And he had an impact right away.
Especially considering their run defense was very subpar as well.
And then Robbie Smith,
they need to release, the CFL needs to release the financials of what players make. Because I would love to have this conversation. Because we do it with every other league, talk about this $5 million player versus $2 million and why and this and that. I would love to see, because they re-signed Robbie Smith. What was he? The highest paid non-quarterback?
Highest paid defensive player. He was at 285. Yeah.
So Ed's not bringing him back.
Highest paid non-quarterback. Yeah.
Ed's not bringing him back at that. So I would love to see, because then we can really talk about it. It's not fair to talk about it without knowing what type of pay cut he took. Yeah. Because we just don't know.
And there was a pay.
What if he's only taking $100K? Then Ed is a genius. If Robbie went from 280 to 100 because he had no production.
No, so 10 games.
You don't have any ground to
10 games, 16 tackles, no sacks.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? If you had to,
dude,
yes, because it is.
This is my experience, man. I was making 160 and I had 18 tackles and a sack, and I got cut.
Yep.
Because that wasn't as productive enough. Mm-hmm. That was making 160.
Yeah.
Right. And I got cut because I was due a $40K off-season bonus.
Yep.
So when you're making 280 and you have even less production, that's just, you can do the math.
Yeah.
Ed's cutthroat, man. And Ed was the one who cut me. So that's just how I look at it. That's why I would love to see the financials.
Now, here's the other thing I wanted to check really quickly. Was Robbie signed?
Because if you bring back Robbie for 120 or something, that's a good deal, for sure. But you bring him back at 180, 190 off of zero production. That's still
no
very
production.
Expensive.
Yeah, I think. Okay, Smith. Yeah, so Robbie's going to be, his is through the 2027 season. So it's this year and next year.
So next 2 years.
So you got to think it'd be in 2 years. He took a nice little discount to get both those years. Jordan's, his is only going to be through the 26 season. So one more year of him confirmed. But Robbie, this is another thing that really struck me, because I talked to Ed, right, during the postseason media avail, and I said, that's $1 million defensive line. You didn't get a lot from him. And he was pretty quick to tell me. He was pretty quick to tell us. He was pretty quick to say, sometimes it's not always what you see on the field. These guys did a lot of good things in the locker room. They were leaders. And we talked about that. And That's great, man. You need leaders in your locker room. You need locker room guys. But when you have $1 million, defensive line, $1 million and 4 players and a $6 million salary cap lead, like you gotta.
How different is that answer? And this goes to show how much Ed loves linemen. How different is the answer he gave you to the question of the unproductive $1 million defensive line compared to the linebacker?
Oh, but he pretty much did this in front of my face. He gave me the scissors. He was like, "Oh, they're cut." Like he didn't mince words at all. His exact quote was, because I asked, I was like, "What's the future for Niles Morgan?" He said, "I guess we'll see. You know how I feel about linebackers; they're replaceable." That was the quote. You know what I mean? Like he did not mince. Yeah, he did not mince words about it at all.
But then he'll say, kind of, I'm not going to use excuse, but he'll give a lot of leeway for an unproductive D-line.
Yeah, and like I know you and Rick have come to their defense a little bit, but man, like I gotta go back to like what was brought in, dude. Robbie Smith, he was a backup defensive lineman by the end of the season. He was backing up Noah Taylor, and Noah Taylor was playing great, and I like Noah Taylor's game a lot. But he was healthy, and he was backing up Noah Taylor. You know what I mean? Like that line that was Smith and Barlow and Brinkman and Ceresna. That they didn't do anything when they played. And then obviously factoring injuries there. But even when guys were back, like I said, Robbie, he was a backup defensive lineman. Yep. And he's going to compete in camp. But like, I wonder, is he coming in on a backup lineman salary? Because here's the other thing. Like Robbie, you got to prove it now.
Oh, for sure.
You think you were getting $285K this offseason?
Prove it.
No one was giving you $285K this offseason.
No.
So yeah.
No, you got to prove it.
He was one of the guys I asked for today. I would have loved to talk to him and just again get candid with it. Like, be like, listen, man, you're not getting $300K or near close to $300K again this offseason. Like, what was it like coming back to the discount?
Yeah, and what's the mentality? Yeah. Are you pissed off? Or you have a vengeance that you want to just take out in the offseason and train your butt off? Are you going to mope about it? Because there's different ways it can affect you and impact you mentally.
100%.
So I want to see what kind of competitor he is.
Yep.
If he's who I think he is, he's going to show up at camp ready to take that starting spot.
Yep.
And earn another contract.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out on the because Noah Curtis is a guy as well. I mean, D tackle, but he played. He didn't play at all last year, and now he's coming back. So him, Brinkman, Ceresna, Kongbo, Smith, Barlow, Taylor. Did I mention Williams? Like he's in there. Like what did I just list? 9 guys.
That's a solid.
When you're playing
almost the D line.
When you're playing
camp.
Yeah, when you're playing a 43, like
pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
There'll be a couple other camp bodies, but there won't be a ton extra there.
No, so it'll be interesting to see how it works out. And again, like we'll get a little bit more into it on Monday, a little bit more in depth with it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like that's what I was gonna say. Like I don't know why it's so secretive. Like I don't know why it's so guarded. Like we know you guys don't have $180 million salary cap like the NBA. Like it's chill.
It's okay.
We want to know. Yeah, we should still talk about the numbers. I think it's important to do it.
And then, in fact, people might be pleasantly surprised, and like guys make more than you think they do.
Well, yeah, dude.
How many people out there know that the base in the CFL is $75K?
Yeah.
70, 75 or it's somewhere.
It's somewhere. But I'm saying they do 70K.
When I got in the league, it was 49.5. 49.5.
Yeah. Dude, I remember who's the Elks or back then it was the Eskimos. Your fullback, long blonde hair.
Or Corbin? No. Bertrand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like making min like his whole career, but he just was like, I'm doing what I love to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude, but here's my other thing. Like, how many of y'all are making $70K at an office job you don't like? You know what I mean?
For 6 months.
Yeah, bro. That's
to play a game. And then you're only here's a week. You got 3 practices and then a day off and then a game.
Yeah.
In those 3 days of practice for the union, you're only there for 4.5 hours. You got to do extra, but like
you got to do your work.
So it's not, it's pretty good money if you actually think about it,
dude, for sure.
In your 20s too. That's when most of these guys are. They're in their 20s. So that's pretty good.
Dude, like some of these guys and like players do come to the CFL a little bit older because you're, you got your 3 years or 4 years, 5 years now in college, maybe like an NFL camp or 2, CFL camp where you rotate through. So you don't come in at like 21, but even still, dude, coming in at like 22, 23. I wasn't making minimum 70K at 22, 23 for half a year of work.
Yeah.
And then you go back home
can make more,
run
train,
camps down there, coach. Yeah. You know, like it's a pretty good deal.
It really is to live your dream,
to play a game. Yeah.
To live your dream.
So we also got to think, like, people always want to compare it. Like, bro, you're not going to make 50 sheets a year like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is, dude, he's not just one of like 30 he's one of 30 in like human history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so it's a little, we got to, like, I hate that, bro. I hate when people talk about CFL athletes and it's like, well, look at what Darnell Nurse is making. It's like,
you can't, it's not the athlete's fault that the salary cap in the CFL is, we'll just use a round number. We'll just say 6. It's not even at 6 mil for a 42-man roster, 46-man roster. Cause you got the 42 and then you have 4 reserves. Whereas 6 mil, man, who's the $6 million player on the Oilers right now? Like, you know,
let me start a list. Like, there's a few that shouldn't be.
Yeah, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is a $6 million player, 5.5, right? And that's just one dude. Like, when you think about what the salary caps are, what's the salary cap in the NHL is 90, 92? What is it? $6 million in the CFL for a way bigger roster.
Yep.
Yeah. Tough.
But hey, release the numbers. We want to know. We want to talk about it.
It's a passion. Yeah, I'm pretty. When I say to people, like, did you ever make mid 100s for 5-6 months of your year to live a dream? And most people often say no.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. Like, bro, like
at 25 years old.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Listen, man.
ElksNation pays me $500,000 a year, so I'm doing okay. But I'm just saying, like, there are most people who would love to make.
Wait, you're getting paid for this?
500 sheets, baby. 500 racks. 500 racks. But yeah, like, dude, I mean, I'm beating a dead horse at this point. But yeah, dude, like making a couple $100K to like play the game, play the game, bro.
And then
I'm paying fees to pay rec league basketball.
Bro, exactly. Yeah. For real. And then the perks that come with it, right?
Yep,
There's so many unspoken perks just of being an athlete. Unfortunately, people put athletes on pedestals. And, you know, just if you use it and leverage yourself, man, you can open a lot of doors in life beyond actually just the football. The football is the smallest piece of the iceberg. It's what you can do with the football after and leverage that platform, man.
Dude, like, dream scenario for me would have been CFL athlete into coach. Like, that's... actually, dream scenario would have been that on that SGA contract, not getting my head beat up, just hooping out there. But growing up as a kid, man, like all I wanted to do was play in the CFL. Mm-hmm. All I wanted to do was play. I love that. I just loved the CFL somewhat. League that made me fall in love with sports.
Respect to that.
So yeah, like, I don't know. It's a pretty good setup. Like, it's a pretty cool setup, man. Like, a lot of people would be lucky to have it. You know.
Did you play in the CDMFA?
I don't even know what that is.
the club football here in town.
No.
But you played in high school.
Yeah. Played all the way up through high school.
How about you? Did you play ball ever?
I did. I played Millwoods Grizzlies in the 1 year with the Maulers. We won the national. We won provincials in my final year.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you play with you like Sion Smith and Jake Schimpf, Julian Rivera, those guys? I went to like high school with those boys. Yeah, because they played Millwoods.
Yeah, exactly. I know all those guys.
You know Austin Farna?
Yeah.
Oz, shout out my dogs. Hope they're listening right now.
The boys,
shout out. Quiet, Eddie. Real athletes are talking.
The boys.
What do you know about the CDMFA?
It's champions.
Yeah, man. I would love. Okay, I know we probably got to wrap up here. I actually got to jet to a doctor's appointment in a little bit.
Oh yeah, everything good? A little checkup or?
Yeah. I got this like crazy rash on my leg. Like, I don't even. It started from like turf burn, actually, from playing indoor soccer. Keeping the dream alive.
See this after.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's not that crazy right now, but I've had it for like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
And initially it was just kind of there, and like someone was like, and it's like itchy every now and then, and someone was like, you should probably go to the doctor for that. And I went in, saw a fill-in doctor, and she was like, okay, I'll recommend you do a dermatologist. I went to the dermatologist. Dude, it was also the craziest setup. It was like 8 a.m. I was like, I'll go see this dermatologist. He had like the 3 like hottest like intern nursing students or whatever it was with him. And he's like, all right, let's see the leg. And I'm like, can can these fine young ladies leave, please? Like, I'd rather.
How far up the leg? Where on the leg?
It's like just on my cat, like right there, or like on my right here.
You know what that means, Eddie? It's physical time.
But dude, my
glove up.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, all right. I didn't really think about it. But then like in the last like couple months, it's like, it started to like really like hurt. Like it's like painful on my leg. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go get it looked at again. Cause actually at 1440 the other day, I like showed the boys showing a little skin, not a big deal. And Greg's was like, you should probably go like get a second opinion. That looks terrible. And like Connor was like, yeah, that looks infected.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll go get it checked out today, see what they say.
Yeah. I got to see it after now.
Yeah. But again, it came from
Heartburn.
Yeah.
Probably got
indoor
some junk in there.
Men's league indoor soccer. Again, paying fees to keep the dream alive.
Those West Soccer Center turfs, eh?
Oh, bro. Those things, they just put fertilizer on it.
They're not pretty. They're not pretty.
Oh, man.
I know some of the people who work at the soccer centers. I'm like, I know y'all ain't cleaning no turf.
Oh.
Yeah, Waz used to work there.
That was who came to mind, bro. That was who came to
I
mind.
ain't doing nothing to those turfs.
All right, we want to wrap this one up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talked about bullshit, but it was pretty fun. It was and yeah, Monday's show. Next Friday, we're gonna have Chris Morris. After that. And again, like DM me or Eddie, tweeted ElksNation, DM ElksNation. Let us know which players you guys want to hear from. Because we're going to try and get alum for sure. We're going to try and get as many lined up as we can. Chris Morris next Friday. Then I think Monday's show. Brett, you're going to be back again with us?
You're right.
Yeah, man. We're going to, I think, break down these signings a little bit more in depth. Like Robbie, Jordan, Cordell. Yeah,
for sure.
Noah Curtis.
A little more Elks focus.
Yeah. K-On. Want to get into all that. All right. Anything else you guys want to leave us with?
No? Boys have a good day. Good weekend.
You as well, man. Okay, we'll talk to you on Monday. Love you guys.